So guys, what I am addressing today is a bit interesting. So I was scrolling on TikTok and saw a video about Pretorian rappers sharing the same stories on their songs and albums. Shout out to Tahia Boshomans by the way. So the video plays as.
So Saturday, I was in the CBD and I bumped into this guy and we just had a conversation about Pretorian rap, like Pretorian rappers and stuff like that, and the stories they tell and all of that. He told me that everybody just wants to be like, yo, I used to sell drugs, I'm gangster, I know guns, I used to run the streets, I'm rough and stuff like that, which is exactly, well, most of it is true, because that's what happens in like most hoods in Pretoria. It's not that rough, but it is rough, right? And he's basically saying that they just speak about it, although some of them haven't really been through it, right? And of course, it is true. It's been said so many times that, you know, obviously we have the 25Ks, the Tato Soul, the Mochinis, that obviously all tell the same story about being gangster, dithunya, majita tsamaiso. Obviously, majita mo Pitori don't do 9 to 5. Barata mo kodla wazaga, barata mo khela chelete and stuff like that. So, bazula, his braga, the robberies and little fees and over and all of that, you know. But he said not everybody has lived that story, but they all want to tell the same thing. And I picked it up because I saw Words to get an album as well, but it also kind of tells the same story. And it got me thinking. I was like, this is honestly the reason why Reece is succeeding so much. When he came out, yes, he is from Pretoria, but he doesn't really rap the culture. He doesn't rap the cities of Pretoria. He doesn't say, hey, he just references. The only story he normally tells is that his brother got shot. That's the only thing he says. You know, other than that, he doesn't say gangster, drugs, all of that. Nah. He's just himself. And kind of, well, I didn't need, but everybody else is trying to be hardcore. So this is Words' album, right? It's called People Forget to Be People. I like the title. It was so dope. But it references the same things to Otato or 25K to an extent. Mochini. I feel like there's more to tell about Pretoria. There's so much more we can do with our rap. So I don't know. So can artists from here do something different, say something different, try to be different from the rest? Because honestly, thinking about it, we all actually doing the same. They're all doing the same thing. I'm not a rapper, so I'm not gonna include myself. But yeah, I think it's actually true. I think Words just confirmed it with this new album of his. I don't know what you guys think. Thoughts?
And to come think of it, it's quite true that all these Pretorian rappers tell the same stories. It's more like once you transition into rapping in Pitori, you're gonna speak about the gangsterism out there and how cold the streets of PTA are. Firstly, 25K on his album, Peli Makaveli, he references the same stories. How he made it out of the streets from selling white powder, the antidote. How if rap fails, he'll consider playing soccer, carrying guns and being out there in the streets, robbing people and all that for money. Then moving on to Tato Soul's album, Life is Gangsta, he speaks about his homies being gunned down on his birthday, how hard life is in the streets of Pretoria, how they are always running out there to make cash, robberies, killings and fighting with gangs from different places. And so far, those two artists drop albums with similar contexts. Then moving on to Words with his new album, People Forget to Be People. He transitioned into rapping in Pitori after he left TWC, and it's more like that PTA rap mind switches on right after transitioning. He talks about how hard life was in 2019, how broke he was, making money easily with rap without having to work hard for it. If he fails with rapping, he'll consider playing soccer, more of the same thing that was said on Tato Soul and 25K's album. Then with Muchen, I haven't really heard much of his music, so I haven't really heard a lot of his stories. But judging on the verse he delivered on Baka Baines by Words, I can hear that he represents PTA and he raps about the same stories. And it's so surprising how they say none of them has lived that life, which makes their music not authentic, and this is the same reason why Reece is succeeding with this music thing, and why his music has longevity. But people would debate and say, the fact that Reece raps in English most of the time makes his music more available to everyone, regardless of the language they speak. But when it comes to 25K, Tato Soul, and the new Words, they rap mostly in Pitori, which makes their music more relatable only by people who can understand Pitori. Hence, Reece has more numbers than all of them. But you guys can also tell me what you think about that in the comment section below. And that is the end of the video. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Peace out.
I should fuck her in the Benz.